right now we are in a lockdown situation. So some of my clients do ask me, is it a time to stop, to slow down, to freak out, or is it a time to keep going? What should they do? Now, here's a question I would like to ask you. So do you think, is it a time for us to keep going, or is it a time for us to freak out? Let me share a story with you, and I want to let you to decide which one would you like to do. Now, the story goes like this. There was once a criminal who committed to a crime, because that's what a criminal knows to do, right? Always commit a crime. So he was sent to the king for punishment. The king said to him, I'm going to give you 2 punishments, and you are going to choose which one would you like to have. Number 1, you can either choose to be hung by rope, or number 2, you can choose to get what's behind that big, scary, nasty iron door. And as soon as the criminal heard that, he said to the king immediately that, you know what, I'm going to choose to be hung by rope. And so they took him outside and placed the noose over his neck. And just before he was about to get hung, he turned to the king and asked, oh, just before I die, I'm curious, what's behind that scary iron door? Would you like to tell me? The king laughed and said to him, you know what? Every time I give each individual the same choice, but they always make the same decision. They always choose the rope. And the criminal was like, well, okay, I got the noose around my neck now. Obviously, I'm not going to tell anyone. So please tell me what's behind that door. And the king looked at him directly and said, freedom. You see, people have such a big fear of something they don't know that they always make wrong decisions. People have such a big fear of uncertainties that they always make rash decisions. Now, what's the lesson here? Considering what's happening in the world right now, considering the high level of uncertainties that we are facing right now, let's not make rash decisions. Let's make wise decisions. And let's think with perspective. Because the moment that you have the faith in yourself, and once you have the courage to take action, and once you have the commitment to keep going, even though there's a darkness in front of you. But you know what? Eventually, you will find that the beautiful life gift, which is always there, waiting for you. So are you ready to keep going, even though there's a darkness in front of you? Raise your hand if you're ready.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to build up your self-confidence, unleash your inner power, and express who you really are with Mr. Energy.